Good evening, everybody. Chris F.E. here. I was perusing the website today, the BBC, and I thought I'd take a look to see what had been happening for the something that went on at Trafalgar Square yesterday. I think I'm this. There we go. And I thought I'd take a look at the BBC website. I haven't done this for a while now. Goodness heavens knows why, but here we are. And I just could not resist this because in amongst everything that's been going on since March and there, thereabouts, excuse me, they're still putting out the same rubbish, as well as all the rubbish they're putting out. Mainly, still putting more rubbish out, and we have a nice little picture down here with somebody's foot in a hole on a beach. Oh, look, there it is, pointing to it. He was saying, oh, yeah. Now, I just couldn't help myself to go through this. And within a few pages, I thought, oh, I'm just going to do this. So, without much other inference, I'm going to start to go through it. Now, I thought I'd play this music in the background. So, Penarth Dinosaur Footprints. Wow. So, Penarth Dinosaur Footprints investigated by museum. Look, August 20th by Nick Hartley. Not going to. That's annoying me, the music. Sorry, I'm going to turn that off. It was not was and called Walk the Dinosaur. Enough of that rubbish. I just can't concentrate. It's ringing in my ears. So, the footprints have been found on the beach in Penarth. Now, Penarth has been revamped recently, quite around the national or the Welsh National Opera Centre, and it really is a really wonderful job they've done up there. And if you ever get a chance to visit Cardiff and the surrounding area, Penarth, I highly recommend it. Lots of bars, shops, and well, was when I was last there, and you didn't have to wear a mask. And as people who haven't seen me for a while, they might have known my new attire. Yes, going for the Sir Francis Drake look, don't you know? So I'm going to buy myself a beard and moustache. No, a moustache snood, so I can sleep with it. As I just thought I'd give it a go. And there we are. Anyway, enough about me and what a fossil I am. Let's have a look at these fossils. So Penarth is, like I say, it's been developed, and look at this sea wall here to prevent erosion from the sea. And them must have cost a fortune. And obviously, with the landslide, they've obviously conditioned this bank here. So, the erosion must have been happening for quite some time on this beach. We've all seen as kids, when we're beachcombing, we find little bits of blue glass that have been rounded off by the ocean, the tides and the flow of the water. Pebbles, even that you skim across the water, that have been nicely rounded off, and that's over like I don't know how many years, but this thing has been here for millions of years. And let's see what they say about it. This is murd, people. Okay, so get rid of that one, and it says newly revealed footprints thought to be Wales's latest dinosaur find are being investigated by researchers from the Natural History Museum. Now, we all know about the history of the Natural History Museum, don't we, people? Yes, we do. Anyway, they are imprinted, it's not for discussion here, by the way, that's done before. They are imprinted on rock at the beach in Penarth, the Vale of Glamorgan. Just in case you didn't know where Penarth was. Prehistoric finds have already been unearthed on the same section of coastline, including that of a distant cousin of Tyrannosaurus rex in 2014. Would you care to say what that distant cousin of the Tyrannosaurus rex is? But they just have to throw in Tyrannosaurus rex. Ooh, kids' favourite, right? If confirmed, so it's not confirmed yet. Oh, so what? That is not a distant cousin of the Tyrannosaurus rex, or the confirmation that this is a prehistoric find of some footprint on a rock? Don't know. Anyway, if confirmed, researchers said the discovery would be really, really exciting. So why are you putting this on a website for if it hasn't been confirmed yet? So you're just putting it out there for why you're doing this. This is part of the reason why I'm doing this, is because you're doing this. The prints are embedded in a section of rock previously thought to contain other fossilized tracks of a prehistoric creature. So now they're actually time stamping it now between one thing and another. Well, it could have just been a deformed foot or something. I'm I'm not a paleontologist, am I? But here we go. And it gives you some links down here into wherever you want to go. Yeah, curious discoveries in Wales. I made many myself when I lived there. Egyptian mummified animals digitally unwrapped. Make of that what you will. From mammoth skin to Jurassic fossils. Yes, I know all about mammoth skin, I should say. Anyway, if confirmed, again, if confirmed, they would be the third set of dinosaur tracks in Wales and a huge boost to the area's archaeological heritage, according to the paleontologist Cindy Howells of the National Museum of Wales. The National Museum of Wales. Okay, so she must have been in contact with the Natural History Museum. Okay. So and I say, oh, that's her there. Lovely, tidy. Look at that beach. Look at the battlements there to fight off coastal erosion. She's sat on a rock. Now, see all this here, you know, you're treading all over the evidence, you stupid woman. Cindy Howells believes the potential discovery could be hugely significant. I think your butt sat on that beach is quite hugely significant to anything that might be underneath it. But I digress. If these are indeed dinosaur footprints, it's going to be really, really exciting, she said. Hang on, haven't they just printed that on our mind already, along with the second footprint on the rock? Oh, the beds that we are seeing a few years back have been increased. There is even more of them now than when we first saw them a few weeks back. They're talking to children. The new ones, they look even better. They look more convincing to be dinosaur footprints. You mean the first ones weren't convincing, so you need to get them confirmed, if they're confirmed, but these ones look even better. You see how they're actually staging it along. It's going to be incredibly exciting if they are proved. So you're the paleontologist. How do you need to have it verified? Are you going to do it by consensus? And how do we reach a consensus about something like this? I think they vote on it. Yes. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I do beg your pardon. I've sort of jumped the gun here. The process for confirming their provenance will centre on several factors for researchers from the museum, including their regularity, stride pattern, and the geological area in which they are found. Stride pattern. What if the thing was running? I mean, what if the thing was, a bit sleepy? You have to take into account the actual feeling of whatever it was, whether it was chasing prey or whether it was running from prey or whether it was just nonchalantly walking. So, but based on the stride, that's going to actually confirm by consensus by all these scientists that this was a huge monster walking around the beach. Right, so, but one of the key indicators that may point towards the prints being genuine is the pattern of so-called squelch marks. Is that Welsh marks or squelch marks, isn't it? Hey, tidy. Oh, go on now then, isn't it? Squelch marks. Huh? This is science, people. Science. Science. Squelch. Squelch marks. Squelch marks and Welsh marks. That'll do nicely. Oh dear. John Nudds and Cindy Howells run the rule. Run the rule over the prints. And they're talking about ruler or the rules of how they determine if confirmed. Okay, so carrying on. If you can't see the specific shape, quite often you'll look for other features, like the fact that you get one or two footprints in a left-right pattern, Mrs. Howells said. Well, but yes. But that doesn't confirm the size. Could be two animals walking together, but the other prints have been lost. You know, I suppose a dinosaur with two left feet would prove that, wouldn't it? Or would it? Anyway, uh, you can also you can also look for the size and shape of these holes, and you'll look for things like the rounded rims you get on these, which we call squelch marks. So as the animal is putting its feet into the clay, into the mud is rolling up around the foot. I mean, what about erosion over these millions of years with the water coming up and back, water coming back and up and back? But oh no, it doesn't matter about this fossilized mud or the mud that's there. It leaves the squelch marks. Unbelievable. So it's down and putting his feet into the clay, into the mud is rolling up around the foot. It's a very rare thing to find new footprints. Of course it is. Of course it is. That's why you need to get it confirmed. Footprints. Uncovering evidence of prehistoric life around the cliffs in the Vale of Glamorgan is not necessarily a surprise. Well, how can it be very, very exciting then, if it's not such a surprise? Similar areas with footprints have already been verified further down the coast near Barry and Porthcawl. Barry Island, yes, we all know where that is. And in 2014, Wales's fossil hunting community was treated to the discovery of Wales's first theropod skeleton at Lavernock Point by brothers Nick and Rob Hannigan. And is this what they discovered? I mean, what's this? A theropod skeleton. I'm thinking a bit. The Welsh specimen discovered in 2014 was a juvenile, measuring about 2 meters from nose to tail tip. Hang on, a juvenile. Look at that. It's hairy too. It's hairy. Yes, it's from Wales. It's hairy, boy. It is an area that is primed for further discovery too. Here we go, people. More to come, more to come. According to geologist John Nudd from the University of Manchester, due to its prevalence of eroding cliffs from the fossil-rich Jurassic period. Well, it's not eroding cliffs because they have all the sea defences up now, so they've ruined it for you, haven't they? Anywhere on the beach here, you're bound to find bits of Jurassic rocks, and you can't fail to find fossils. Every bit you look in almost has bits of fossils. It's when you put them all together and generate this that I have trouble with. There must be others. They will turn up one day. This is the same rhetoric they're using for all this sort of rubbish. On to the scientist now. Professor Paul Barrett, merit researcher at the National History Museum in London, said credit for the find went to the local woman Kerry Rees. Rees or Rees. Sorry if I got that wrong. Kerry sent the museum some pictures of a possible dinosaur trackway that had been uncovered following some very high tides. And we decided that it would be interesting to check them out. I might just throw them a few ones myself, near the sewage outlet, so to check them out, he said, yes. Kerry found a series of large indentations on the beach. These are deep, round in outline, and bear many of the hallmarks of dinosaur tracks, as they seem to be regularly spaced and have raised mud rims like those that form a foot pushes into wet mud or sand. And she's just found some herself. She just corroborated what they were thinking earlier in this section, and now they've just confirmed that's what somebody independently has found. So there you are. The museum hopes to have a definitive answer on whether the marks are dinosaur tracks soon. Not now, but soon, people. Yeah, we'll get on to that. His colleague, Dr. Susanna Maidment, said that if the tracks were confirmed, they would be among some of the oldest evidence of dinosaurs in the UK. Oh, isn't that just wonderful? Other trackways of similar age and one good dinosaur skeleton have been found a few miles along the coast near Barry. So South Wales was a busy area for dinosaurs at the time, she added. It was very, very busy, wasn't it, people? They were on their holidays. Yes, more on this story. Welsh dinosaur named Dragon Thief. Name for dinosaur found fossilized dinosaur footprints on Lavernock Beach. All this rubbish. There was something I did see. Was it dinosaur? Was that dinosaur's foot? Fossilized dinosaur foot. Oh, here we go. Yes, look. Fossilized dinosaur. They're using the same one. Look, there he is there, look. You see, skipping across the rocks there. There's that a few little fingers there. Wales's first, it's the theropod. That was found at Lavernock Beach in 2014. So he must have been hop, skipping and jumping along this beach and left a footprint and, But his feet look rather claw type, wouldn't they? So you should have three digging with the rims on, not just one big foot, like an elephant's foot, would you? No. So the fossilised foot of a dinosaur has been discovered on South Wales Beach. National Museum Wales has announced a skeleton of a meat-eating Jurassic dinosaur. How do they know it was a meat-eater? How? What? Because of the shape of his feet? Or because of a patch of mud? Don't know. The theropod was uncovered by spring storms at Lavernock Beach, fell up in 2014. That's what they referenced earlier on. The dinosaur's missing foot was found at the beach by paleontology student Sam Davies of Bridgend at the beginning of this month. My first reaction, that I was very lucky, he said. The fossilised skeleton of the theropod, a distant cousin of the giant. Oh, okay, so it's the theropod. This one, that's the giant cousin, a distant cousin of the giant Tyrannosaurus Rex, went on display at the National Museum Cardiff's main hall in June after it was found by fossil hunting brothers Nick and Rob Hannigan. I see it's all coming together now. It's all coming together. Yes, and here we are. What are we? It could be. It could be a dog, couldn't it? It could be anything. It could be human. I mean, they're saying it's this from this. That's ridiculous. Anyway, Mr. Davies, who studies at the University of Portsmouth, visited Lavernock near Penarth after his tutor told him its cliffs were rich with fossils. As if they didn't know that already, surely. This some new discovery in Wales is going to be the centre for fossil hunting? He arrived only hours after a cliff fall had exposed the fossil before it could be washed away by the tide. Oh, you mean some erosion? Pure luck. It was pure luck that I found it. It was just sitting on top of a slab of rock, he said. Oh, really? Lovely. His tutor, Dr. David Martel, confirmed the find was the missing foot of the recently discovered dinosaur after the student emailed a picture. Here he is, special needs student. Oh, sorry, Sam Davies is a third-year paleontology student, so he's still in being indoctrinated. There we go. Yes, anorak. Dr. Martel said, this was a chance in a million find and highlights how important it is to encourage fossil hunting in this country. Yeah, get out there and ruin the whole place, people. If you find it, destroy it. He said the specimen would help chart the evolution of dinosaur feet. Don't worry about the rest of them, just the feet. Oh, that's crazy. The foot has been donated to the Amguafa Cymru, which hopes to put it on display for the rest of the skeleton soon. I do apologise to my Welsh friends if I got the pronunciation of that wrong. I'm sure I did. Amguafa Cymru. I don't know. It's good name enough. I don't mean any disrespect in that sense. Dr. Caroline Butler, head of paleontology at the museum, said the dinosaur found by Nick and Rob Hannigan is the first skeleton of a theropod found in Wales. It's only one of them so far, but there must be humongous amounts of these things. Sam's find adds to its significance because we can learn more about the animal and how it is related to dinosaurs that eventually evolved into birds. See, all this culminated into that last sentence there. Sam's find adds to its significance because we can learn more about the animal and how it is related to the dinosaurs that eventually evolved into birds, as if it's a given fact. What a crock of rubbish. That's it, people. That's all I wanted to get out there. Just read it for yourself and just look how they go if confirmed, and then they added one thing to another. So, and then dinosaurs evolved into birds. There we go. I need not say any more. Tweety, sorry, Daddy bye, Tweety bye. Thanks for listening. Well, that's it for now. Bye-bye.